Bike Ride Across Texas is a workshop class for the leadership students. Give them a real project and let them organize it. Some of our classes are more theory-oriented, where you study the theories and less on the doing. This class is real heavy on the doing. So we talked about it in the fall semester about this idea, and in the spring semester it was, here's what we want to do, a bike ride across Texas, make it happen. And so the students have been in charge of figuring all that stuff out ever since, and so now we're living it out.
How this works, we'll get two people on the bike riding side by side or behind each other, and they'll go down the road for 10, 15 miles, and then once that's up, someone else will take their turn, and then we just leapfrog the whole way.
This huge hill, and you're just like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can make it through this. Like, you're literally I'm talking to myself the whole time, like, just keep on pushing, just keep on pushing. There's going to be a
coming down in this wind, headwind, we were going about between 13 and 15 miles an hour. Going up Guadalupe Peak, we were going about 8 miles an hour. Yesterday, with a good wind, I averaged almost 23 miles an hour in my legs. So anywhere between those, just depends on the terrain. We've had a lot of hills, a lot of mountains. We've had a lot of wind in our face. Until yesterday, it kind of turned more favorable.
Definitely, we all exercised this entire semester trying to get it up to speed. Maybe not as much as we should have, but we were really shocked by how well we've done so far. Definitely, you don't need to go into this, not doing anything, but it's not as bad as we thought it was.
I think I've learned just like how I can push myself. In particular, there was a hill yesterday that Dr. Patterson said, okay, you can stop here, and then we can have someone else finish that, and I actually rode right past the car. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. And really it was a mind over matter thing, and a lot of fun and really rewarding when I made it to the top of the hill and thought, you know what,
I figure out the safest route. Some of the roads have shoulders, some don't. On the road, who's going to ride this, who's going to ride that, providing safety for each other. Then we had all the training throughout. We're doing educational stuff with Abilene Independent School District on Friday, and we'll be doing stuff there as well, doing presentations for them. Just the entire project.
The first day, whenever we left El Paso, we ran into mountains, of course, because you're going over the Colorado mountains and stuff like that, and that one was rough because you had some really steep hills, but then it was always nice because once you got to the top, you felt so accomplished. Then you had that nice, lovely downhill to go towards, so that was great. The second day, once again, you were still like in the mountains. It was, it was a little bit rougher because you were so sore and you're still trying to get used to riding because, you're using muscles that you've never really.
We did lose a seat yesterday. The seat broke while one of the guys was riding. They got off of it and the screw fell off. And now that we're in Abilene, we can go to a bike shop and get it repaired. But until then, we've just been switching seats in between bikes, so it hasn't really slowed us up.
Big old 18-wheelers going up and down the highway a lot of times because we're on the highway most of the time. So you have to ride really close to the right shoulder because those can kind of knock you around. That's a little scary. You have some encounters with some things. You just got to be really careful. Yesterday, I had an encounter with a snake, and that was the scariest thing of my life. That was awful because I hit the back of a snake, and that's like my biggest fear, snakes. So that was not fun.
We're in Abilene now. We're halfway there, and along the way, we're talking to students about health awareness, obesity, and also safety while you're exercising. So on Friday, we're going to go to schools in Abilene and talk to the students about bike safety and also healthy exercise and nutrition and things like that.